Hi, this is Steve Walton with Tropic Heating and PatioHeat.com, specializing in sales, service, and custom designs for residential and commercial outdoor patio heating. Please consider hitting that like button if you find this video helpful. It helps others find our channel. Thank you. Alright, so we have this residential applications, standalone structure. You can see we have this fireplace back here and then a fan. This is a slope ceiling, and let's go ahead and get right into it. And dimensions. So overall dimensions we have at 14 feet deep, and that's from the inside edge of the beam to the inside edge of this back beam over here. And then I have it at 1610 from inside to inside, and a 9-foot height to the bottom edge of this beam. I've placed this slope, I have it at 5 inches up to every 1 foot over. So that's an important aspect here that we're going to talk about here in a minute. All right, let me turn that off for right now. And then the customer requested just 2 units, and so we'll go ahead and take a look at the 2 units here. And of course we do have the seating area here arrangement like this, just a L-shaped table or L-shaped sofa. There'll be a TV set back here, and there may be some other use over here. I'm not quite sure at this point. So let's go ahead and see what we have here. So we have here 2 6,000 watt units. Now I've centered these 2,006 watt units from this position here to this position, so it's in the center of the room along with the fan. And I'm going to go ahead and take a look at these dimensions again. And the reason why I want to do that is because Infratech has come out with a different sorry about that, a different recommendation as far as the clearances from the height of the unit when it's placed on a wall. And so I'm going to assume this is similar to a wall application on a 6,000 watt CD model. And you can see here I have this at 1 foot from the edge of the top of the ceiling here. From this point here straight up is 1 foot, and that's an important aspect. And you can see here from the bottom edge it's 1 5/8 of an inch from the bottom edge to the bottom edge of the bracket. All right, and also you can see that the heater is just at a little bit lower of elevation than the bottom of the beams here. All right, and the reason behind all that is that we do have these clearances to meet, and the clearance for this top edge would be that 12 inch dimension when it's at the at a tilt. So you can actually tilt this. They recommend 30 degrees to 60 degrees, I believe, is their maximum, and I have these at 60. And it also is, the clearance is not penetrating this bottom beam here, so that's why I have all that information there. Okay, and as you can see here also, the fan is not being affected in any way with regards to clearances or the heater or whatnot. One other thing I want to mention too about this application is they are in a winter climate that gets into the 40s, mid 40s to lower 50s. They have a short season, so this might be enough heat, but it might not be enough heat. I like to put a little bit more when you're putting a system in here so that you can fully utilize it as much as possible. Every individual is going to be a little bit different, but in any case, let's go ahead and look at the dimensions, or sorry, the footprint of heat. So with the heaters centrally located within the space, you can see that we're hitting this couch fairly well. Now I have the couch probably set in about 1 foot, maybe a little bit more, and so you're sitting within that footprint of heat. We have 2 overlapping rays. The maximum throw out from this position here really is about 8 feet from this edge to 8 feet out is the maximum really acceptable amount of heat. Now you have crossover rays, so that's doubling up that center portion here, so that might be acceptable to this customer, but I like to have a little bit more intensity of heat personally, so it might not be enough. And I'm going to go ahead and just show you what I would put there as well, which would be a third unit right down the center. And that's it's at the same slope as the other, or angle as the other, so a 60-degree angle. And it's coming straight down here to that seating position where you have a nice footprint of heat right here. And you might think to yourself, well, maybe I could just let's get this off for a second here. You know, just use the one unit here, but again, this throw here isn't its most intense amount of heat. So for every foot you go away from the light source, and these are light sources, the intensities are divided by quite a bit. So I wouldn't recommend just using one heater here and thinking that's going to be sufficient for this application, especially in those colder climates. So again, putting back the other 2 units, this would be your footprint of heat. And now you're not going to be able to angle the heater down unless you put it on the underside of the beam here. Then you can put it down or angle it inwards from vertical here. But I think this would be the best situation for this application. Alright, so these are 6,000 watt, 240 volts, 25 amps a piece. So you have a total of 75 amps for this whole application. You might consider also using a control system, or you can use a duplex switch to turn one bulb on, one bulb off. That would be 3 switches for this this layout, and or again the control system, which you can have either a 1 zone or 3 zone, or maybe just a 2 zone. You can have this one on off by itself, and then these working together. All right, well, I hope this has helped. If you're looking for some assistance with your outdoor heating application, feel free to send us an email to designs@patioheat.com. I'm Steve Walton. Thank you very much, and I hope you have a great day.